from the future that is happening now to the awareness that has never been there. The dread you are carrying is not about the future. The dread is happening right now, in your body. In the specific tightness, the narrowed attention, the quality of morning that arrives already loaded, the future event, the diagnosis, the conversation, the outcome is not here. The dread of it is completely, physically, neurochemically present. The future is not. The fear of the future is one of the most present things you have ever experienced. This is the anticipation trap. The trap is not anticipating badly. The trap is experiencing a future event as if it is present, which is, neurologically, exactly what is happening. The prefrontal cortex evolved, in significant part, to simulate future scenarios. This is one of the things that makes the human nervous system remarkable, the ability to model events that have not occurred, to pre-experience consequences, to plan across timescales far longer than other species can access. The simulation capacity is genuinely useful. It is also, under modern conditions of chronic uncertainty and complex threat, running almost continuously. The cortisol is not simulated. The body has already attended the disaster in full chemical detail before the disaster has occurred. The simulation produces real consequences. The cortisol is not simulated. The muscle tension is not simulated. The sleep disruption is not simulated. The brain generates a model of a future threat, and the body responds to the model with the same biochemistry it would use for the actual event. The future threat has not arrived. The body has already attended it. You are not afraid of what might happen. You are afraid right now. The fear is present, the threat is not. Your body cannot tell the difference. There is the fear, and then there is the meta-fear, the awareness that you are afraid, producing fear about the fear. The anticipatory dread, that the dread will intensify, the specific misery of lying awake at 3 a.m., knowing that the catastrophe has not happened yet, but also knowing that the machinery of catastrophizing is fully operational and will continue to generate catastrophes until the anxiety has been satisfied by an actual event or by the passage of enough time. It was designed for threats that either materialized or resolved. Yours has done neither. The simulation keeps running. There is no signal to stop it. The simulation does not know when to stop. It was designed for conditions where a threat, once identified, either materialized or was resolved. Modern chronic uncertainty, the diagnosis pending, the relationship unclear, the financial precariousness ongoing, provides neither resolution. The simulation keeps running. The threat stays active. The body stays prepared for something that may not arrive for months, or may arrive differently than imagined, or may not arrive at all. The catastrophe the simulation has prepared you for will likely not arrive in the form you have prepared for. When the actual event comes, it will be different. The body you have spent preparing will face a different situation than the one it prepared for. All that preparation, a rehearsal for the wrong play. The Titan looks at the anticipatory dread and finds a nervous system generating models of future states, producing present biochemistry, in a body that has been running for approximately 40 years, on a timeline the Titan cannot distinguish from the moment the dread began. The pending outcome, less than a breath in the geological frame. The Titan is already on the other side of the outcome you are dreading. The Titan has already processed the result. The Titan's processing of the result looks identical to its processing of the dread. Both are less than a breath. Reason with the simulation. The prefrontal cortex attempts to talk the amygdala out of its assessment. The amygdala fired 400 milliseconds before the reasoning arrived. The biochemistry is already committed. Reasoning about an active cortisol state is like reasoning about rain. Accurate, useful, insufficient to stop the rain. Practice mindfulness. Observe the simulation without engaging it. The simulation can be held more lightly. The hold does not stop the simulation. It can run at a slight distance rather than at full identification. This is real progress and is not the same as freedom from the simulation. Resolve the underlying uncertainty. The diagnosis comes back negative. The relationship clarifies. The outcome that was being dreaded either arrives or doesn't. The simulation stops for this specific threat. The threat detection system finds the next unresolved uncertainty. The model building continues. Permanent resolution of uncertainty is not available in a human life. 3 exits, 3 sealed doors. In one frame, the dread. The 3 a.m. rehearsal. The body attending a disaster that has not occurred. The cortisol making the meeting feel like mortal threat. Real, present, biochemically complete. In the other frame, the Titan's clock. The pending outcome, less than a breath on the geological timeline. The Titan already on the other side of the thing you are dreading. The Titan finding both the dread and the outcome within the same measurement error. Your entire life of anticipatory dread, less than a microsecond in the Titan's accounting. The Titan is not comforted by this. The Titan does not comfort. The Titan measures. And the measurement says, the thing you are afraid of is already past. Vasugupta in the Shiva Sutras, Chaitanyam atma, consciousness is the self, not the content of consciousness. Not the states that arise within it. Not the simulations, the models, the anticipated futures. The consciousness itself, the aware space in which all of this arises, is what you are. The simulation of the future is arising in consciousness right now. The future event, if and when it arrives, will arrive in the same consciousness. The awareness is not afraid. Not because it cannot feel what the nervous system feels. Because it is what the nervous system is running in. And the ground does not shake when the building does. The consciousness does not travel from the present to the future to be there when the event arrives. It is present. The events arise in it. The awareness in which the simulation runs is not afraid. Not because it doesn't receive the fear. It receives the fear completely. It is present for the cortisol and the constriction and the 3 a.m. rehearsal. All of it arrives in awareness. But the awareness is not afraid the way a nervous system is afraid. The awareness has no stake in the outcome. Not because it is indifferent, but because it is prior to the mechanism that makes outcomes matter to nervous systems. The simulation continues. The awareness in which it runs has not once been in the future. Has never been anywhere except here. Cannot be threatened by what hasn't arrived. Because it is what the arrival would arrive in.